again. It's Thursday, January 11th. We have a packed hour of news to get through. This morning we're talking about HISD's new plan to standardize start times.
Yeah, a lot of elementary school kids starting next year are going to be at school a little earlier than they are right now. What do you think about that? Grab your phones and get ready to vote.
And while you do that, we'll send it on over to Cheetah Craft. Cheetah, you say we're in for some rain today.
Oh, yeah, and it's especially starting right during your midday. So I already want to set the stage for your lunchtime plans today. We could be talking about some heavy downpours. Now, this morning, an isolated shower possible, but a lot of you under cloudy skies for that morning commute, early morning commute. But if you typically commute 8, 9, or 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm expecting a few of these showers to really start to get going here over the next couple of hours. But again, lunchtime, that's when the heaviest rain is expected today. Once our cold front clears, we are going to be in for some really windy conditions and some cold air that will be pushing through. So overnight tonight, our winds will pick up and that cold air will continue to drop our temperatures, especially for your Friday. So cold front arrives midday. That's when the heavy rain also arrives. Afternoon wind, gust later today up to about 30 to 35 miles per hour. And then Darby, cold weekend below freezing temps. Details coming up next.
All right, thanks a lot.
Now a live look from KHOU 11 News Eye in the Sky.
Man, I am so glad we have our chopper up even in this weather. What you're looking at here, this is our problem on Highway 90 as you head westbound or inbound just past Uvalde. It's an 18-wheeler that's stuck in the ditch. You have a heavy-duty wrecker or two on the scene trying to get him out. But the Crosby Freeway is completely shut past Uvalde. So all traffic is at a standstill, and you're better off getting off at the exit ramp to the East Sam Houston Tollway to get around this. But the backups are pretty heavy out there. So let's go to the maps, give you an idea what we're looking at here. All right, here's what we're looking at. This is where our accident takes place. Here's Uvalde here, and our 18-wheeler stuck in the ditch right here. All traffic's backing up to before here, and you really just get off of the tollway. You take the tollway south. But if you want, just to avoid all the backups, basically you can see here off in the distance everything's blocked up. But if you want to avoid all the backups, I recommend using Old Beaumont Highway, or if you're in Sheldon, you can take Sheldon down to I-10. You can take Miller Road 1, turns into Dale down to Wallaceville, run on over, or take it straight down to I-10. Those will be your best ways to get around it, guys.
Okay, thank you, Darby.
New overnight, police are looking for the person who shot and killed a man in southeast Houston.
Yeah, somebody found his body in the middle of the street about 1 this morning, and Michelle Choi is out there at the scene on Page Street with what we know so far about the investigation. Michelle?
Well, guys, just a few minutes ago, the medical examiner got here, and police have been at this scene for the last 6 hours almost, and it's looking like they're not going to wrap it up anytime soon. Homicide investigators are walking around trying to find some witnesses to figure out what led to the shooting. So not a lot of details, but here's what we know. We're told someone called 911 this morning saying there was a body in the middle of the road. Police tell us they found the man dead from a gunshot wound. And neighbors here say while they didn't see anything, they did hear a couple of gunshots overnight, including John, who called the shooting sad and senseless.
It's happening everywhere. People going crazy these days for some reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it, man. If it's behind money or whatever, it ain't worth taking nobody's life.
Again, police don't have a lot of information to go on right now, but they are looking for witnesses, hoping that someone will come forward to give them some info, just to figure out what motivated someone to kill this man. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, we certainly hope to get some news in that case. Michelle, thank you. New overnight, a man is in custody after he led a DPS trooper on a chase in a stolen car. The trooper tried to pull him over for a traffic violation on FM 1960. He refused to stop, but quickly crashed into another car on TC Jester. There was a woman in that vehicle with him. Not clear yet if she'll be facing any charges as well. We hope to learn more this morning about the arrest of a man accused of stealing a car with a baby inside of that vehicle last week. He was taken into custody yesterday. Deputies say the mom had left the car running while she went inside a gas station. 2 hours later, a deputy found the baby still in her car seat, left on the side of the road. Luckily, that little girl was okay. And a 13-year-old boy faces aggravated assault charges after officers say he stabbed another student on the campus of White Oak Middle School in Porter. Detectives say the victim, who's also 13, ran home and told his mom. She then called the sheriff's office. The boy was taken to Texas Children's for treatment. We're told the two boys are distant relatives.
Give you a live look from Washington, D.C. now this morning, where President Trump is downplaying the possibility that he will have to sit down with special counsel Robert Mueller. Earlier this week, we told you that Mueller wants to ask the president about any connections with Russia during his campaign. Well, now the president says there's no need for that. Yesterday, he told reporters that nobody has found collusion at any level. In a tweet, he called the investigation, quote, the greatest witch hunt in American history.
The death toll in California is now up to 17 after Tuesday's pre-dawn flash flood brought mudslides flowing through some neighborhoods there.
Yeah, the slides have stopped now, but there are rescue efforts underway for some of those folks. Brandy's here now to show us what's happening there in California.
Yeah, guys, there are still 17 people missing. Searchers hope to find them alive. As of yesterday, nearly 500 people helped scour the area, which is just full of mud and water in Santa Barbara County, and a lot of residents returned to their homes to see what was left.
This is how deep the mud is.
That's the voice of Oprah Winfrey as she slogs through the almost knee-deep mud covering her property in Montecito.
The house in back is gone.
In all, an estimated 400 homes were damaged or destroyed. Ellen DeGeneres will talk about the impact of those slides on her show today. You can watch it right here on KHOU.
Massive. That is the 101. That is a highway, and it is 30 miles long. That's happening 30 miles of mud. I mean, look at this. This is, you don't know the power of a mudslide.
That power throwing cars around like they were lightweight toys. The slides brought these down to the beach.
Our car actually was moved by the mud up against our house.
That is the aftermath, but we're also getting a better look at life-saving efforts that unfolded during the slides. This video from the Coast Guard shows a helicopter crew plucking a man, a girl, and a dog from the roof of their home on Tuesday. Now, law enforcement says the vast majority of people who are under mandatory and voluntary evacuation orders actually just ignored them in Montecito and stayed in their homes when those mudslides rolled through.
And I know Oprah lives near Ellen. They're pretty tight. Oprah's had some issues.
Yeah, and Oprah's going to FaceTime in to Ellen's show this afternoon. You can watch it at 3 o'clock today.
Thoughts of everyone out there dealing with that today. Brandy, thank you.
Let's talk about the weather. What we're getting here in Houston is related to California. It's really cheated the same system, right?
It is. We have been tracking this since it rolled into California, and that is what provided all the rain, the snow, the mudslides that they saw. That continued to slide on eastward. So take a look. The big area of low pressure now moving into portions of central Texas, and that's what will continue to slide south and eastward, impact our day, especially for your midday. I keep kind of focusing in on that lunchtime or that midday because that's when I'm expecting the strongest storms to pretty much roll through the area. And I'm mainly talking downtown, so some of our northwest counties will see it a little bit earlier and some of our southeast counties will see it a little bit later. But bottom line, it's right during the heart of your day today. This morning, scattered showers, yes, under cloudy skies. The atmosphere is saturated, but the heaviest rain is expected late morning into your early afternoon. Again, right during that midday today, that's when you'll need that umbrella, or maybe you just want to plan on staying indoors. Teachers, I would already plan on that indoor recess, especially during the day. So think of that inside the classroom today. 50s and 60s this morning. We're under cloudy skies. Darby, at least it's not really coming down right now, but man, that, it could be pretty bad during our lunchtime hour today.
All right, so
Now a live look from KHOU 11 News Eye in the Sky.
all right, let's get you out the door. Plenty going on out there. First off, this is our big accident here. This is Highway 90 heading westbound or inbound just inside Uvalde, coming in from Dayton, Crosby, Barrett, Sheldon. You've got an 18-wheeler that was stuck in the ditch. They're currently trying to get it out of the ditch, but you can see here they have the freeway completely shut down. Here's Uvalde right up here, and all traffic coming through Uvalde can't go southbound. You've got to go northbound or can't go westbound, and you can see the backup here. So everybody's backing up onto the tollway frontage road, which is a good idea. You can get off at Sheldon, Miller Road 2, take those down to Wallaceville or down to I-10. Those would be your alternate routes, or just take Old Beaumont Highway as your alternate route. All right, we go to the maps. Just give you an idea what we're looking at. Our accident is here. Here's the Beltway, here's the Crosby Freeway, and it's just past Uvalde. Also have an accident working now on Highway 146 northbound, right on the exit ramp to go to Spur 330. You can see where our Houston Transtar shot. It's on the left side. Traffic's able to get by on the right. So as you go 146 northbound, you get past Texas Avenue, you'll see brake lights trying to get off on that exit ramp. It's going to cost you about 5 minutes.
Okay, thanks, Darby.
Now to a story that's a lot of you chiming in on our Facebook page. HISD is standardizing its start times for all campuses.
Yeah, that means school will start quite a bit earlier for most elementary school students. Starting in the fall, all those kids, the young kids, will start at 7:30, and then class will end at 2:50 in the afternoon. Middle and high school students, they'll start at 8:30, get out at 3:50. The district says keeping the schedules consistent throughout the district will make bus routes a lot more efficient.
All right, so we want to know what you guys think about this. In our live poll, we're asking, what do you think of the new start times? You can answer, it's way too early for young kids, it makes sense, or it will make life easier. Go to KHOU.com/vote now or weigh in on our mobile app. The majority of you right now saying it's way too early for young kids to start at that hour.